just want to get ourselves nice and warm. Just when we come to sit, we'll sit upright and we'll find some movement into the neck to begin with, so letting your arms relax down. And when you're ready, you're going to turn your head from side to side. I'll just start off with this movement here into the neck. And if you want to, you can do these movements with your eyes closed if you want to, just so you don't get distracted by anything or anyone else around you. Notice your breathing, starting to slow your breathing down. And as you come through the middle, you'll then start to nod the head down and up. Stretch there into the front and the back of the neck. And then we'll keep the chin down to the chest and we'll roll the head from side to side into these half neck rolls. You're starting to become a little bit more aware of your body and how you're feeling today. And then you'll bring your head back up through the center. And then we're just going to circle the right shoulder around. So just one side. Just circle the shoulder up and down. And just notice any clicks maybe coming through the shoulder, or noticing how tight it might feel on the side. Okay. Then we'll do the same on the other side. So we roll back. Notice the difference, maybe one shoulder is a little looser than the other. Okay, then we're going to bring both shoulders up to the ears and we'll release the shoulders down. So just do this little shoulder shrug up and down, relaxing each time the shoulders fall away from the ears, and getting rid of any tension from your week. Okay, and we're going to bring a little bit of movement into our fingers and our wrists. So you're just going to tap each fingertip with your thumb. So you can keep your hands relaxed down if you want to. Just tapping each little fingertip with your thumb. You might still keep your eyes closed if you want. You can stick with this little tap, or you're going to flick each fingertip. Just flicking through each finger. Fingers and hands, a little bit of attention. Okay, and then we'll bring the palms together and we'll just move the hands from side to side. Just working to our wrists. Pressing the palms together. And then we're going to circle the hands around. So your hands are going to stay connected throughout. Just circling around. Seeing any clicks through the wrists. And go around the other way. It's all just about exploring your movements, doing these mobility exercises, working into the joints, these different movements that we don't usually do. Okay. Now we're just going to place the right hand to the floor, to the side. Let's stretch the left arm over to take this little side stretch. But keeping your hips relaxed, you're going to reach your left arm across the body. So your chest is going to rotate down towards the floor. And then we'll roll the top shoulder back. So we're doing this little twisting movement, and we'll just keep going on this side. So rotate the chest down and then rotate the chest up. See how that feels around your back, the backs of your ribs. And do one more on this side. So then just take it over to the other side, and that same thing, that same movement. So rotating the chest down and up. You just want to make all of these movements your own as well. So there's no set way to move. And do one more here. And then we'll just come all the way back up to the center, and then we'll release the hands out. Sorry, release the legs out in front. And you can just lean back onto your hands, and we'll just work into our ankles as we flex and point through the feet. Toes, a little stretch. Into those tight ankles. Get the joints moving. You can circle the feet around. Go around the other way. Bring some movement into our hips now. We're going to come into our hip release on zigzag. So you're going to have your feet out wider than your hips, so maybe wider than your mat, and then we're going to take the knees from side to side. So roll out with the hips. You want to have enough room so your knee can drop down and in. Just how the hips feel, maybe there might be a few little clicks. Then next time your knees go to the left, you're going to keep the knees there. You're going to rotate your chest around towards your left knee. Your right hip will come up. You're just going to walk the hands forwards. So you're coming over your front knee. Relax through your lower back. So as you come down, you might feel a little bit of a stretch into the left hip. Relax your right hip, so let your right knee be really heavy. Stay for a few breaths. It should feel quite nice in the body. And then we'll come up and we'll go over to the other side. It's the same thing. You just drop your knees over to the right. Your left hip will come off, rotating over and bringing your chest over that right knee. Relaxing through the back of the body. Use this time to slow your breathing down. Now we'll come all the way up, but let's move it onto the knees. So we'll take a child's pose. Okay, coming onto your knees and taking the knees a bit wider apart. Bring your hips as far back to your heels as you can and lower the chest down. Rest here for a few moments. If you want to move your hips a bit from side to side, you can. See how you're doing now. You're slowly starting to bring more awareness onto the body. Leaving anything else behind, so anything else that you need to do today, just forget about it for a moment and just enjoy this time for yourself. Okay, let's just reach the fingertips forwards to the front, stretch out your hands, arms, stretch your back. Breathe in slow and deep. And then you're going to make your way up onto your hands and knees. Once we come here, you're going to slide your right leg behind you and bring the ball of your right foot onto the floor. Keep your right hand down onto the ground as we're going to work into the left shoulder. So you're going to reach your left arm forwards and then you're going to start to twist your chest out to the side and then circle your left arm all the way around. So you're going to draw a big circle around with your left hand. You're going to follow the hand with your head, twisting and opening up the chest. Keep pressing the ball of the right foot onto the floor. You can then go around the other way. And just go as slowly as you need to, exploring your movement. Again, just going to do one more big circle all the way around. And then you're going to bring your left hand back down to the floor and you're going to take your right leg out to the side. So your right toe is going to point forwards and if you can, bring the sole of that right foot onto the floor. And then we're going to thread the left arm through. So your left shoulder is going to start to come to the floor and then the shoulder might come down, the head might come down. Now, if this is too much with the right leg out to the side, just bring your right knee back onto the floor and come into this thread the needle here. And that's a little bit easier, but if you can, try and keep that right leg long, so stretch a bit into the groin. Hold and breathe. And then we'll press all the way back up, back through onto both hands and knees. And then just in between sides, we'll take a cat-cow. So working into your spine, stretching the back. Hands, knees, push to the floor, chin to the chest, tailbone tucks. And then we lengthen the spine, head and tailbone lifts. Get that movement into your pelvis, your spine, your shoulders. Okay. And then let's come through the center. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So the left leg is going to stretch out long, the ball of the foot pushes to the floor. Your right arm is going to circle around. So we're reaching the right arm up and back. Twist it around. Notice how tight this might be into your shoulder or into your spine, the back. Doing these movements to improve the way the body feels, functions. You can go around the other way. Look into the hand. I'm just going to do one more big circle all the way around. Okay, and you'll just bring your right hand back down when you're ready, and the left leg is going to come to the side if you want to for our thread the needle. So remember, you can always keep the left knee down if you need, or push the left foot to the floor and thread your right arm through. And the head and the shoulder might come all the way down to the ground. Give a little stretch into the inside of that left leg if you've got the leg out to the side. Breathe. And we'll press it all the way back up through onto your hands and knees when you're ready to. And then we're going to keep our hips above our knees, and we're going to bring the arms forwards in front for our extended puppy dog pose. So you can stretch the arms out long, your hips are going to stay high, and your chest will start to lower down to the floor. Maybe your forehead might come to the ground. Now, do a really good stretch into your spine and the back. Just keep holding that there. Quite a strong one into the shoulders and the chest as well. And just use your breath to help you relax a little bit more. We'll take one more breath. And when you're ready, you'll slowly come all the way back up onto the hands. Then let's come to downward dog. So just when you're ready, you push onto the feet and the hands. And lift the hips up. Okay. As we come here, you're going to bend the right knee, lengthen your left leg, a little bit more stretch into your calf on that left side. And then switch. Then the left knee straighten out the right leg. Okay, and you're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. So dropping the heels down onto the floor, just come through into ragdoll. So our feet are hip width, knees are bent, chest to your thighs, hands onto your elbows. Let's just take this sway from side to side. Relax the neck. You'll let your arms just dangle back down, and we're going to slowly roll up to stand, and we'll take our time, pushing the feet into the floor, bringing the head and the chest up. And so when you come up, let's just roll the shoulders back. Okay, so just keep things moving, keep the body moving. So you can take your hands behind you, and we'll link the fingers, open out the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. As you breathe in, feel the chest opening up a little bit more. And then we'll bring the arms around in front and link the fingers. Chin comes to the chest, stretch out the back. So as we come here, I'm just going to move the arms side to side. You might feel a bit more of a stretch around one shoulder blade. Shoulder blade. Okay, we'll just come back through the center, keep the fingers linked, press the palms up to the ceiling. Let's take that full body stretch. Okay, as you release the hands down, just circle the wrists as you bring your arms all the way down. So roll down through into our forward fold. So chin to the chest, we'll work through each of the vertebrae of the spine to come into our forward fold again. And as you come down, let's bend the knees and then walk the hands forwards in front. Let's find a nice strong plank position. So your head is in line, your shoulders are over your wrists, hips are in line, legs are long. Take a breath. Hold for a moment, strengthening through the front and the back of your body. If you need to come to your knees, do. Let's see if you can hold just a little bit longer. Then we're going to bring the knees down and we're going to lower ourselves all the way down onto our fronts. Okay, so you come down into your front, bring the tops of your feet onto the floor. Let's have the hands a bit further in front of us. Engaging your bottom muscles, you're going to push your hands into the floor and start to lift your chest away from the ground. So keep the shoulders relaxed down, just calm as high as feels nice for you. And then we lower down. So with the hands a bit further in front, each time you might start to straighten out the arms a bit more. So we'll come back up, pressing hands to the floor. You might start to straighten out the arms, but of course, just listen to your body. And we come back down. Couple more, lengthening your spine. Good. Keeping the back strong. Just be doing one more. Lengthening, lifting up. Okay. Come down with the chest. As you come down, bring your forehead onto your left hand and let's bend the right knee. And you're going to reach back towards your right foot with your hand. Let's come into a little quad stretch here. So you're going to start to draw your heel towards your bottom. Hold. And then we'll switch legs. And the other knee reaching back, drawing the heel to the bottom. It might just be a subtle stretch through the thigh, or if you are quite tight, you might feel a bit more. Okay, release the legs back down. You're going to bring your hands back by your shoulders. You're going to push back up. And let's bring ourselves back into our downward dog. It's just feeling the difference in your whole body. You're going to walk your feet to your hands now. So we're going forwards to come through into your forward fold. Let the head drop down, relax the neck. You can shake the head, nod the head. And then you're going to very slowly roll up to stand. Bring yourself all the way up. As you come up, let's take some big arm circles now. Opening up through the chest a bit more. Sweeping the arms past your ears. To feel a little more energized. Okay. Now let's reach both arms up. We'll take a nice big breath in. As you breathe out now, hinge at your hips and come through into a forward fold. Bending your knees. You're going to take a big step back with your right leg. Bend that left knee. Come through into a lunge position. Onto the ball of that back foot, hips lowering down, starting to feel the hips opening up a little bit more. Okay, then from here, you're going to move your hands towards the right. You're going to walk your hands around and swivel your toes round to the side as you come into a wide forward fold. When we come here, we're just going to bend one leg and then the other leg. Just this little side to side movement. See how this feels in your hips, into the legs. Okay, and then we'll just come through the center. Bend your knees a little bit. You can walk your hands up your legs or bring your hands to your hips, and we'll just slowly lift the chest up. Bring yourselves all the way up to stand. And then we're going to turn the left toes to point towards the front, and we're going to come to triangle pose. So our legs are going to stay straight. We're going to reach the arms out and then reach forwards with the left hand, lower the hand down, and then reach the right arm up into triangle. So we're pushing the feet to the floor, our legs are nice and strong. And then if you want to, you're going to bend your right elbow and bring your right arm behind your back. So the hands coming around towards your left hip. Roll that right shoulder back a little bit more. Look up. Feel that stretch through the shoulder, the chest. And breathe. And pressing your feet to the floor, we're going to come all the way back up through the center. You might need to take your feet a bit wider apart here. So we're going to come into warrior two. So you'll bend your left knee now. Think of your groin going downwards towards the floor. Feet are out wide. And then when we get into this position with the legs, you're going to bend your left elbow to point up to the ceiling. You can use your right hand to draw the elbow back a little bit more. So we come into this little bit of a tricep stretch as well. As you breathe out, you might go a little bit deeper into the legs. Good, and then we'll release the arms back open. Let's turn the left palm to the ceiling and then tilt towards the right leg for our reverse warrior. So left arm stretches over. And then you're going to bring your hands down either side of your left foot. So tuck the toes under of your right foot and come through into a lunge. And bring your right knee down onto the floor. You're going to bring your hands off the floor to come into our low lunge here. So just lifting the arms up. Just getting your balance. And then you're going to rotate round towards the left and stretch your arms out wide. So we're twisting to the left. Come back to the center, square out the shoulders. So just a little bit of balance. We'll do that twice more. So we'll twist to the left, open out the arms. Come back to the center, breathe in. Last time, breathe out, twist. Okay, coming back to the middle, we'll place the hands down onto the floor and you're going to step your left foot back to your right. Let's come back into our plank, that high plank position. Take a breath, nice and strong. And then we're going to bring ourselves onto our fronts, all the way back down, lying onto your front. As you come down, again, we'll bring the tops of the feet to the floor. This time we'll have our arms by our sides. Palms face up. You're going to reach your fingertips behind you. And then you're going to start to lift your shoulders and your chest away from the floor. And then start to lift the arms up. Switch on your bottom muscles, strong into your back. Feel the shoulder blades squeezing together. And then lower back down. We'll do that a few times. We'll lift and lengthen into our locust pose. If you want to, as you lift the chest, you might lift the legs up too. Get a little bit stronger into your back. We'll do one more. Okay, and then as the chest comes down, same as we did before, rest your forehead onto your left hand, bend the right knee. We'll come back into that quad stretch again. Pressing the hips into the floor, drawing the heel to the bottom. Okay, this time we're going to then stretch the left arm out to the side. Let go of your right foot, but keep the knee bent. Bring the right hand onto the floor, just by your shoulder, and then roll yourself over onto your left side. We're coming into this little chest stretch, shoulder stretch. So your right foot might come behind you. Sink your left shoulder into the floor. And we'll just come back through the center. Bend the left knee, grab hold of the left foot with the hand. Draw the heel to the bottom, stretch out the quads first. Okay, and then we'll take the right arm out to the side, left hand to the floor, and we'll roll onto the right side into this shoulder stretch. We'll just come back through the center. Just take your time. Press back up into your downward dog. Tap the toes and the hips up. And then we're going to walk the feet up to the hands to come through your forward fold. And then we'll roll up to stand. And as you reach the arms up, take a big breath in. So we've got the left side to do with those standing poses. We'll breathe out, come to your forward fold. Step back with your left leg. Come through your runner's lunge, so bending your right knee, hips lower. And then move your hands to the left and swivel your toes round to the side to come through into your wide forward fold. So when you come there, again, we'll just do that little bit of movement, bending one knee and then the other knee. Not holding anything for too long today. We're just working all these different ranges of movement, all different joints we're mobilizing, muscle stretching. Come through the center, start to lift the chest up. And then we're going to come up into triangle pose. So your right toes will point to the front, arms stretch out, both legs are straight, and then we come into our triangle. Right hand down, left arm up, pushing the feet to the ground, opening the chest to the sky. You can then bend the left elbow and bring the hand towards the right hip. Draw the shoulder back. Press the feet to the floor and come all the way up. Warrior two. So we'll take the feet a bit wider. We'll stretch the arms out wide to the side and bend that right knee. Nice and low into those legs, which should feel nice and warm now through the body. And then you're going to bend the right elbow up to the ceiling. So some tricep stretch. You can use that left hand to draw the elbow back a little bit more. Breathe out, you might go a little bit deeper into the legs. Okay, and then we'll open the arms back out. We'll reverse our warrior. So left hand to that left leg, right arm stretches over. And then we're going to bring the hands down either side of that front foot. Tuck the toes under of your back foot there. And then we're going to lower the left knee down Then you're going to come up into this low lunge. So you'll bring the hands off the floor, get your balance, and then twist towards the right. Open out the chest. And then inhale, come through the center. Exhale, twist to the right again. Once more, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, place the hands down to the floor in front. We'll just bring that right leg back to join the left. Go through your plank position once more. We're going to lower down onto our fronts, all the way down. You're going to reach the arms by your sides. This time, if you want to, you're going to clasp your hands together or link your fingers. Then roll your shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, then lift the legs up, the chest up, and coming into locust pose. Let's just hold a couple of breaths. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release. We'll bring the hands down just by the shoulders and we'll press back through into a child's pose. So just move your hips to your heels, lower the chest down. Let's take a couple of breaths. See what's happening in your body. And we'll bring the palms together and bend the elbows, bring the hands to the back of the head. Okay, release the hands down. And then just slowly move your way around onto your back. Just lying down. As you bring yourself down here, let your back relax. Keep the left foot down to the floor. Take your right leg up. You can either have your arms by your sides or hold onto the right leg with the hands. You're just going to circle your right foot around. Starting to stretch out through the back of the right leg. And circling the foot the other way. And just keeping the foot and the ankle relaxed. Seeing if you can draw your right leg just a little bit closer towards you as you breathe out. Okay, we'll just switch sides. So bring the right foot down. Take the left leg up. Then circle around that left ankle. And the other way. Relaxing through the foot and ankle, just drawing that left leg a little bit closer as you exhale. Release the left foot down. We'll bring the feet and knees together and take the arms out to the side. We'll just do this little sway of the knees from side to side. You can turn your head side to side if you like. Just feeling the difference in your whole body. If you want to, you might keep your knees out to one side, just pause in that twist, taking a breath. And going to the other side. Come back to the center. You're going to pick the feet up off the floor and draw your knees in towards your chest. And holding behind your thighs, you can rock up, or if you need to, you can go to your side. We're just going to bring ourselves up to sit. Just like we started our session in this seated position, feeling a little different now through the whole body. Maybe you've been able to sit a little bit taller. Just going to take your arms over the head. We'll take a breath in, looking up to the hands. And then as you breathe out, the hands come down to the chest. We'll do that twice more. So breathing in, connecting to your breath. Breathing out. So breathing in deep and breathing out slowly. We'll do that once more. As you bring your hands down towards the chest, just take a moment to pause. As you close your session today, full breath in and out. Thank you for joining me for our session today. Well done. Namaste.